Greetings, dear friends. Do you know about Theodosius I? Allow me to introduce myself. I am Flavius Theodosius, known to many as Theodosius the Great. Born in a small town in the province of Galicia in northwestern Spain, I ruled as Roman Emperor during the 4th century AD, a time fraught with political upheaval and external threats. Join me on this journey through my life and reign, and let us explore the events that shaped my legacy. I was born on January 11, 347, into a family of humble military stock. My father, Flavius Theodosius, was a distinguished general, a man of honor and bravery. My mother's name, sadly lost to history, is a mystery even to me. Our family's Christian faith was steadfast, a beacon of light guiding us through the turbulent times. Despite our military roots, my upbringing was not one of luxury or privilege. We lived modestly, and my early education was far from formal. I learned what I could, when I could, and in the process, developed a deep love of history. As a boy, I roamed the rolling hills and lush fields of Galicia, a place that would always hold a special place in my heart. My father, when not engaged in military campaigns, would share tales of Rome's glory and valor. His stories sparked a fire within me, a burning desire to contribute to the greatness of our empire. Though my education was sporadic, my father's stories and the ancient texts I managed to acquire became my teachers. History fascinated me, offering lessons from the past and visions of what could be achieved. My youth was not solely dedicated to study. Like any other child, I played with my friends, often reenacting the heroic battles of Rome. Little did I know that one day, I would be leading real armies and making decisions that would impact the fate of the empire. My father's role in various military campaigns meant we moved frequently. This transient life was challenging, but it taught me resilience and adaptability qualities that would later serve me well. At the age of 21, I joined my father's staff and participated in my first campaign against the Picts and Scots in Britain. The harsh landscapes and fierce warriors tested my mettle, but I emerged stronger and more determined. The camaraderie among soldiers, the discipline, and the strategic maneuvers of warfare were exhilarating. It was during this time that I first tasted the bitter reality of loss and the sweet triumph of victory. My military career continued to flourish. By 370, I had fought against the Alemanni in Gaul and the Sarmatians in the Balkans. Each campaign honed my skills and deepened my understanding of leadership and strategy. However, it was not without personal cost. The political intrigues of Rome were ruthless, and in 375, my father was executed due to the machinations of his enemies at court. Devastated, I withdrew to our estates in Spain, seeking solace and contemplating my future. In the quietude of my homeland, I married Aelia Flacilla, a woman of strength and grace who shared my Christian faith. Our union was blessed with 2 children, Arcadius and Pulcheria. It was a time of relative peace and happiness, but fate had grander designs for me. Little did I know that soon I would be called upon to shoulder responsibilities that would shape the course of history. As I look back on those early years, I see the threads of destiny weaving a tapestry of trials and triumphs. My humble beginnings, the lessons learned from my father, and the love of my family laid the foundation for the man I was to become. The stage was set, and the world awaited the rise of Theodosius I. In the next part, we will journey to the moment that changed everything, my unexpected ascension to the throne. How did a man from humble military stock rise to become one of Rome's greatest emperors? Stay tuned, dear friends, for the tale is just beginning. The news arrived swiftly, carried by a breathless messenger. Emperor Valens had fallen at the Battle of Adrianople, a devastating defeat at the hands of the Goths. The Eastern Roman Empire was in disarray, leaderless and vulnerable. As I stood in the courtyard of my modest villa, absorbing the gravity of the situation, I felt the weight of destiny pressing upon me. Little did I know that this moment would forever alter the course of my life and the history of Rome. In the wake of Valens's death, Emperor Gratian, ruling the Western Roman Empire, sought a strong and capable leader to stabilize the East. To my astonishment, he chose me. Perhaps it was my military prowess, my unwavering faith, or my reputation for integrity that swayed his decision. Regardless, the summons was clear. I was to ascend to the throne and restore order to the beleaguered empire. The journey to Sirmium, where I was to be officially appointed, was a blur of anticipation and trepidation. My thoughts raced as the landscape transformed from the familiar hills of Spain to the vast plains of Pannonia. Upon arrival, I was met with a mix of apprehension and hope from the assembled soldiers and officials. They looked to me, a man from the provinces, to lead them through one of the darkest periods in Roman history. The ceremony was brief but solemn. Standing before the assembled dignitaries and troops, I took the imperial mantle with a deep sense of duty. The responsibilities that lay ahead were immense, but I was resolute. My first task was clear: to address the immediate threat posed by the Gothic invasion and to consolidate power in a fractured empire. My initial months as emperor were spent tirelessly organizing the defense of the empire. I established my headquarters in Thessalonica, a city strategically located to respond to threats from both the north and the east. From there, I began the arduous process of rebuilding the army, fortifying defenses, and negotiating with various factions within the empire. One of my first major challenges was to integrate the various Gothic tribes into the Roman fold. Realizing that outright confrontation would lead to further devastation, I chose diplomacy. In 382, I brokered a treaty with the Goths, granting them land within the empire in exchange for their military service. This agreement was not without its critics, but it provided much-needed stability and allowed me to focus on internal reforms. Amidst these efforts, I remained deeply committed to my Christian faith. In 380, I issued the Edict of Thessalonica, proclaiming Christianity as the official religion of the empire. This move was both a reflection of my personal beliefs and a strategic effort to unify the diverse religious landscape of Rome under one faith. The edict marked a significant turning point in the history of Christianity, solidifying its place at the heart of Roman life. By 381, I had firmly established my authority and set my sights on Constantinople, the jewel of the East. The city had suffered greatly in the wake of Valens' defeat, but it was crucial to the empire's stability. My arrival was met with a mix of celebration and skepticism. Many wondered if this provincial general could truly restore Rome's glory. Determined to prove my worth, I convened the First Council of Constantinople, a pivotal event that aimed to address theological disputes and solidify the Nicene Creed as the foundation of Christian orthodoxy. The council not only strengthened the church, but also bolstered my position as a leader committed to both faith and governance. As I reflect on these early years of my reign, I am struck by the enormity of the challenges I faced and the resilience required to overcome them. The path to the throne was unexpected, fraught with peril and uncertainty. Yet, with each victory, both on and off the battlefield, I grew more confident in my ability to lead and more determined to secure a future for the empire. In the next part, we will delve into the complexities of my reign, the policies I implemented, and the battles fought to preserve the integrity of Rome. The journey is far from over, dear friends. Stay with me as we navigate the trials and triumphs of ruling an empire. The weight of the imperial diadem bore heavily upon my brow, yet it was a burden I accepted with unwavering resolve. The empire was vast and diverse, fraught with internal divisions and external threats. My reign, though marked by challenges, was also a time of significant transformation and enduring legacy. My first priority as emperor was to ensure the stability of the empire. The treaty with the Goths, which allowed them to settle within Roman territory as foederati, was a critical component of this strategy. While controversial, it provided a temporary respite from the relentless Gothic incursions and allowed me to focus on internal reforms. In Constantinople, I turned my attention to fortifying the city's defenses and restoring its grandeur. The rebuilding of the city's walls, damaged during previous conflicts, symbolized not just physical protection, but also a renewed sense of imperial pride and resilience. The citizens needed to see that their emperor was committed to their safety and prosperity. Beyond the immediate military concerns, I was deeply committed to unifying the empire through faith. The Edict of Thessalonica had declared Nicene Christianity the state religion, but this was just the beginning. I convened the First Council of Constantinople in 381 to address various theological disputes and to solidify the Nicene Creed as the cornerstone of Christian orthodoxy. The council was a momentous event, bringing together bishops from across the empire. It reaffirmed the divinity of the Holy Spirit and condemned Arianism, a heresy that had caused significant discord. These theological clarifications were crucial in unifying the Church and, by extension, the empire. However, the path to religious unity was fraught with resistance and dissent. Many regions still clung to their traditional pagan practices, and even within the Christian community, divisions persisted. As I traveled across the empire, from Antioch to Thessalonica, I witnessed firsthand the diversity of my subjects and the complexity of their loyalties. In Thessalonica, a city still recovering from the Gothic invasions, I encountered a populace torn between old and new beliefs. To address this, I issued a series of decrees aimed at curbing pagan practices and promoting Christian worship. Temples were repurposed as churches, and public festivals were reoriented to celebrate Christian holy days. While these measures were necessary for the spiritual unity of the empire, they also sparked unrest. The suppression of paganism was met with resistance, sometimes erupting into violence. The massacre in Thessalonica in 390, where thousands of citizens were killed in retribution for the murder of a Roman official, was a grim reminder of the delicate balance I had to maintain between authority and mercy. This tragic event prompted a significant personal reckoning and led to my public penance at the hands of Ambrose, the Bishop of Milan, underscoring the power of the Church even over. My relationship with the Church was both a source of strength and a challenge. Bishop Ambrose of Milan was a formidable figure, unafraid to confront me when he believed I had erred. His insistence on my public penance for the massacre in Thessalonica was a humbling experience, reinforcing the idea that even the emperor was subject to divine law. Despite these challenges, I remained committed to my vision of a unified Christian empire. I continued to support the Church, building new basilicas and endowing monasteries. My reign saw the flourishing of Christian art and scholarship, laying the foundations for what would become the Byzantine cultural renaissance. The latter part of my reign was marked by a series of military campaigns to consolidate my power and secure the borders of the empire. The usurpation of Magnus Maximus in the west and Eugenius in Italy posed significant threats to my authority. In 394, I marched against Eugenius and his pagan supporters at the Battle of the Frigidus. As I stood on the battlefield, surveying the aftermath, I realized the enormity of the task that lay ahead. The empire was now unified under my rule, but the challenges of governance, religious integration, and external threats persisted. My reign was far from over, and the legacy I sought to build was still in the making. In the next part, we will explore the final years of my reign, the battles fought to maintain the empire's integrity, and the personal trials that shaped my legacy. The journey is ongoing, my friends, and the lessons learned along the way continue to resonate. Stay with me as we navigate the complexities of ruling an empire in transition. The sun was setting over the Golden Horn, casting a warm glow over the city I had come to cherish. My reign had been marked by both triumph and tragedy, and as I entered the final years of my life, the weight of the empire's future weighed heavily on my mind. I knew that my actions in these closing years would shape the legacy I left behind. I returned to Milan for what was soon to be known as the Battle of Frigidus River. In 394 AD, we were greeted us with a chilling mist that clung to the ground, a foreboding veil over the bloodshed to come. The air was thick with the pungent aroma of damp earth and the sharp tang of sweat and steel, as my legion stood ready to face Eugenius and his forces. The purpose of this battle was clear: to reunify the empire under Orthodox Christian rule and crush the pagan usurpers. As the clash began, the cacophony of war cries, the clanging of swords, and the thunderous charge of cavalry filled the air. The divine winds, believed to be sent by God, turned the tide in our favor, sweeping away the enemy's arrows and aiding our advance. Eugenius fell in the chaos, and his commander Arbogast took his own life, marking the end of the rebellion. Yet the victory was bittersweet. Amidst the slaughter and the cries of the dying, I felt the weight of exhaustion and illness begin to creep into my bones, a relentless fatigue that would soon confine me to my bed. a mortal reminder of the empire's fragile peace. In the aftermath of the Battle of the Frigidus, I returned to Rome, the Eternal City, to oversee the reunification of the empire. The victory over Eugenius had been decisive, but the scars of civil war ran deep. My primary focus was to heal these wounds and ensure a smooth transition of power. I appointed my sons, Arcadius and Honorius, as co-emperors, a decision that I hoped would bring stability. However, this arrangement came with its own set of challenges. Arcadius, ruling the Eastern Empire from Constantinople, and Honorius, governing the Western Empire from Milan, were both young and inexperienced. The task of guiding them fell to my trusted generals and advisors, but I remained deeply involved in their education and development. The future of the empire depended on their ability to lead with wisdom and strength. In Milan, I met with Ambrose once more. The bishop, ever the steadfast moral compass, continued to counsel me on matters of faith and governance. Our conversations ranged from theological debates to the practicalities of ruling a diverse and expansive empire. Ambrose's influence was invaluable, and I relied on his guidance as I navigated the complexities of imperial rule. It was during one of these meetings that I first felt the pangs of illness. What began as a persistent cough soon grew into something more debilitating. My health, once robust, was now failing me, and I knew that my time was limited. The realization was sobering, but it also brought a sense of urgency. There was still much to be done, and I was determined to secure the empire's future before I departed this world. My final days were marked by a profound sense of reflection. I thought of my father, the brave Count Theodosius, and the lessons he had imparted to me. His courage and dedication had been my guiding light, and I hoped to honor his memory by leaving a legacy of unity and strength. The Christian faith, which had become the cornerstone of my reign, was my greatest source of comfort. I prayed for guidance and strength, seeking solace in the scriptures and the teachings of the church. On a cold winter's day in January, I succumbed to my illness. Surrounded by my family and trusted advisors, I passed from this world with a sense of peace. My final thoughts were of my sons, Arcadius and Honorius, and the empire I had fought so hard to preserve. I prayed that they would find the strength and wisdom to lead, and that the Christian faith would continue to be a unifying force. As my spirit departed, I knew that my legacy would be judged by history. Theodosius the Great, they would call me, a title that carried both honor and responsibility. My reign had been one of transformation, marked by the triumphs and trials of a man determined to forge a united Christian empire. In the final part, we will delve into the legacy I left behind, the impact of my reign on the Roman Empire, and how my decisions continue to resonate through history. Join me as we explore the enduring influence of Theodosius I and the lessons learned from a life dedicated to faith, unity, and the pursuit of greatness. Years had passed since my departure from this world, and as I looked down from the heavens, I could see the lasting impact of my reign. The Roman Empire had undergone significant changes, and my legacy continued to shape its future. My sons, Arcadius and Honorius, now faced the monumental task of ruling a divided yet interconnected empire. In Rome, the Western Empire was in a precarious position. Honorius, under the guidance of his capable but often ruthless general Stilicho, struggled to maintain control. The influx of barbarian tribes, including the Visigoths, posed a constant threat to the stability I had worked so hard to achieve. My decision to integrate the Goths as foederati was a double-edged sword, providing temporary peace but creating long-term challenges. Arcadius, ruling from Constantinople, faced his own set of challenges. The Eastern Empire, while more stable, was not immune to internal strife and external threats. The balance of power between the church and the state, a delicate equilibrium I had nurtured, required constant attention. Religious controversies and doctrinal disputes continued to test the unity of the Christian faith. One of my most enduring legacies was the Christianization of the Roman Empire. My fervent support for Christianity and my efforts to suppress pagan practices had a profound and lasting impact. The Council of Constantinople in 381 AD, which I had convened, reaffirmed the Nicene Creed and helped solidify the doctrinal foundations of the Church. This commitment to orthodoxy and the integration of the Church into the fabric of the state laid the groundwork for a Christian Roman Empire. However, this also led to tensions between different Christian sects and with the remaining pagan population. The empire's religious landscape was complex, and my successors had to navigate these intricacies carefully. The establishment of Christianity as the state religion was a bold and transformative move, but it came with its own set of challenges and conflicts. My decision to split the empire between my two sons, while intended to ensure stability, ultimately contributed to its division. The Eastern and Western empires began to drift apart, each developing its own distinct identity and facing unique challenges. This division, though pragmatic in the short term, sowed the seeds for the eventual decline of the Western Empire. Despite this, the Eastern Empire, later known as the Byzantine Empire, would endure for nearly 1,000 years. The administrative reforms and defensive strategies I implemented helped lay the foundation for its longevity. My influence could be seen in the resilience and adaptability of the Byzantine state, which preserved many aspects of Roman governance and culture. History would remember me as Theodosius The Great, a title that carried both honor and responsibility. My reign was marked by significant achievements and profound challenges. I had succeeded in reunifying the empire, solidifying the Christian faith, and leaving a lasting impact on Roman history. My legacy was a testament to the complexities of leadership and the enduring influence of a ruler committed to faith, unity, and the pursuit of greatness. As I reflect on my life and reign, I am reminded of the lessons I learned from my father, Count Theodosius. His courage and dedication were my guiding lights, and I hope to honor his memory through my actions. The challenges I faced were immense, but they taught me the importance of resilience, faith, and the pursuit of unity. The legacy of Theodosius I is a story of transformation, marked by triumphs and trials, faith and perseverance. It is a reminder that the actions of one leader can shape the course of history and leave an indelible mark on the world. As we look back on my reign, let us remember the lessons learned and strive to build a future guided by faith, unity, and the pursuit of greatness. In the final part, we will explore experiential travel information to the sites discussed, delve into ancient coin collecting, and rephrase the user's channel description, highlighting the philosophy of the Renaissance spirit and its emphasis on living, learning, growing, and thinking. Join me as we bring this journey to a close and celebrate the enduring legacy of Theodosius I. As we conclude this journey through my life and legacy, let's explore how modern travelers can connect with the history of Theodosius I. Visiting the sites where these momentous events took place offers a profound connection to the past. Additionally, ancient coin collecting provides a tangible link to the era of my reign, while the philosophy of the Renaissance spirit continues to inspire. Hagia Sophia, originally constructed under Emperor Constantine and later rebuilt by Emperor Justinian. This magnificent basilica-turned-mosque-turned-museum stands as a testament to Byzantine architecture and the Theodosian walls. These formidable fortifications, commissioned by me to protect Constantinople, still stand today. Walking along these walls, one can appreciate the engineering prowess that safeguarded the city for centuries. Hippodrome of Constantinople. This ancient chariot racing stadium was a center of social life. Although only fragments remain, the sense of history is palpable. The Colosseum, while primarily associated with earlier emperors, the Colosseum represents the grandeur and complexity of Roman society. It provides a glimpse into the empire's entertainment and social structure. The Roman Forum, walking through the ruins of the political and social heart of ancient Rome. You can almost hear the echoes of debates and decisions that shaped history. Arch of Galerius and Rotunda, these structures, built by my predecessor, highlight the blend of pagan and Christian influences during my time. The Rotunda's conversion into a church reflects the transition I championed. Collecting ancient coins offers a direct, tangible connection to the past. Coins from my reign, known as Theodosian coins, are valuable for both their historical significance and artistic merit. The solidus is a gold coin introduced by Constantine and continued during my reign, symbolizing the wealth and stability of the empire. In this example shown, this solidus of me captures a poignant moment of imperial unity and strength, depicting me and my co-emperor Valentinian II in regal splendor on the reverse. Seated side by side on ornate thrones, each is crowned by the winged figure of victory, symbolizing their shared divine favor and authority. Together, they clasp the orb of world dominion, an emblem of their joint rule and the harmony between East and West within the Roman Empire. The inscription, Victoria Aug, proclaims their joint victory as Augusti, underscoring their collective achievement and stability during a crucial period in Roman history. The craftsmanship of the coin reflects the grandeur of the imperial court, with intricate details that highlight the dignified presence of me and Valentinian II, encapsulating our partnership in governance and military prowess. Collecting these coins requires careful research and authentication, but it allows enthusiasts to hold a piece of history in their hands. The philosophy of the Renaissance spirit resonates deeply with my life's journey and legacy. This philosophy encourages living, learning, growing, and thinking principles that guided me through my reign and continue to inspire. Welcome to the Renaissance Spirit, a channel dedicated to exploring the rich tapestry of history, politics, religion, personal development, society, culture, social and environmental justice, and the liberal arts and sciences. Our focus includes the fascinating world of ancient Rome and the Roman Empire. Join us as we delve into the lives of emperors, the intricacies of ancient coin collecting, and the enduring lessons of the past. At the Renaissance Spirit, we believe in the power of knowledge and the importance of continual growth. Our mission is to inspire you to live fully, learn deeply, grow continuously, and think critically. By exploring the past, we gain insights that illuminate our present and guide our future. We invite you to subscribe to our channel, turn on notifications, and share our content with others who share a passion for history and learning. Engage with us through comments, participate in our quizzes, and join a community of like-minded individuals dedicated to the Renaissance Spirit's philosophy. As we bring this narrative to a close, I thank you for joining me on this journey through time. The legacy of Theodosius I is one of faith, resilience, and transformation. Through experiential travel, ancient coin collecting, and the Renaissance Spirit philosophy, we continue to honor and learn from the past, enriching our present and future. And now, may I present the music video, De Obitu Theodosii, about my life and reign. Enjoy! Hail Caesar!
Where brave Theodosius in glory died, his heart outfound, his spirit rolled in tales of Rome forever told. In shadowed halls his name resounds, a hero's journey the world astounds. Echoes of triumph, shadows of might, his legacy an eternal light. Upon the shores of history's tide, where brave Theodosius in glory died, his heart of valor, his spirit bold, in tales of Rome forever told. In shadowed halls his name resounds, a hero's journey the world astounds. Echoes of triumph, shadows of might, his legacy an eternal light. Guiding star, and far, Dominus, Dominus, in realms above. Dominus, Dominus, eternal love. In Maris fluctibus Theodosius, cor virile animus fortis, in aeternum manet, magnificus invictus, in gloria clarus, Rome imperator, in cielo sancus. In umbris Oedipus nomen resonat, herois iter orbem miratur. Triumphorum sonus umbrarum vis, legatum sum lumen aeternum. Dominus, Dominus, the guiding star. Dominus, Dominus, from near and far. Dominus, Dominus, in regnis supernis. Dominus, Dominus, amor eternus. The world has changed, yet he remains, a constant light through endless plains. In every heart his tale does swell, a beacon bright where shadows dwell. In whisper soft his deeds are sung, by all whose hearts with courage rung. A timeless voice through ages long, in every soul his spirit strong. Dominus, Dominus, our guiding star. Dominus, Dominus, from near and far. Dominus, Dominus, in regnis supernis. Dominus, Dominus, amor eternus. Mundus mutatus, sed ipse manet, lux perpetua per campos eterna. In corde omni historia inflatus signum clarum ubi umbre habitant. In susurris moribus gesta eius cantur, ac cunctis quorum corda fortia sonant. Voxit history's tide, where brave Theodosius in glory died. His heart of valor, his spirit bold, in tales of Rome forever told. In shadowed halls his name resounds, a hero's journey the world astounds. Echoes of triumph, shadows of might, his legacy an eternal light. In shadowed halls his name resounds, a hero's journey the world astounds. Echoes of triumph, shadows of might, his legacy an eternal light. Dominus, Dominus, our guiding star. Dominus, Dominus, from near and far. Dominus, Dominus, in realms above. Dominus, Dominus, eternal love. Flavius Theodosius corvidine animus fortis in aeternum magnet magnificus invictus in gloria clarus Romae imperator in cielo sanctus. In umbris edibus nomen resonat herois iter orbem miratur triumphorum sonus umbrarum vis legatum sum lumen aeternum. Dominus, Dominus, stella nostra. Dominus, Dominus, am propet lumbre. Dominus, Dominus, in regnis supernis. Dominus, Dominus, amor eternus. The world has changed, yet he remains a constant light through endless plains. In every heart his tale does swell, a beacon bright where shadows dwell. In whisper never soft, his deeds are sung by all whose hearts with courage rung. A timeless voice through ages long, in every soul his spirit strong. Et Dominus, Dominus, stellam nostra, Dominus, Dominus, apro et longe, Dominus, Dominus, in regnis supernis. Upon the shores of history's tide, where brave Theodosius in glory died, his heart of valor, his spirit bold, in tales of Rome forever told. In shadowed halls his name resounds, a hero's journey the world astounds. Echoes of triumph, shadows of might, his legacy an eternal light. Upon the shores of history's tide, where brave Theodosius in glory died, his heart of valor, his spirit bold, in tales of Rome forever told. In shadowed halls his name resounds, a hero's journey the world astounds. Echoes of triumph, shadows of might, his legacy an eternal light. In shadowed halls his name resounds, a hero's journey the world astounds. Echoes of triumph, shadows of might, his legacy an eternal light. Dominus, Dominus, our guiding star. Dominus, Dominus, from near and far. Dominus, Dominus, in realms above. Dominus, Dominus, eternal love. In Maris Flavius Theodosius, cordere animus fortis in aeternum manet magnificus, invictus in gloria clarus, Romae imperator in cielo sanctus, in umbris etibus nomen resonat, herois iter orbem miratur troporum sonus, umbrarum vis legatum suum lumen aeternum. Dominus, Dominus, stella nostra. Dominus, Dominus, approbet longe. Dominus, Dominus, in regnis supernis. Dominus, Dominus, amor eternus. The world has changed, yet he remains, a constant light through endless plains. In every heart his tale does swell, a beacon bright where shadows dwell. In whispers soft his deeds are sung, by all whose hearts with courage wrung. A timeless voice through ages long, in every soul his spirit strong. Dominus, Dominus, our guiding star. Dominus, Dominus, from near and far. Dominus, Dominus, in regnis supernis. Dominus, Dominus, amor eternus. The world has changed, yet he remains, a constant light through endless plains. In every heart his tale does swell, a beacon bright where shadows dwell. In whispers soft his deeds are sung, upon the shores of history's tide, where brave Theodosius in glory died. His heart of valor, his spirit bold, in tales of Rome forever told. In Shadow falls, his name resounds. A hero's journey, the world astounds. Echoes of triumph, shadows of might, his legacy an eternal light. In shadow halls, his name resounds. A hero's journey, the world astounds. Echoes of triumph, shadows of might, his legacy an eternal light. Dominus, Dominus, our guiding star. Dominus, Dominus, from near and far. Dominus, Dominus, in realms above. Dominus, Dominus, eternal love. Theodosius, or virile animus fortis, in aeternum manet magnificus, invictus, in gloria carus, Romae imperator in celos sanctus, idem quis edibus nomen resonat, herois iter opem miratur, triumphorum sonus, umbrarum vis legatum suum, lumen aeternum. Dominus, Dominus, stella nostra. Dominus, Dominus, a propet nomen. Dominus, Dominus, in regnis supernis. Dominus, Dominus, amor eternus. The world has changed, yet he remains a constant light through endless plains. In every heart his tale does swell, a beacon bright where shadows dwell. He whispers soft, his deeds are sung by all whose hearts with courage rung. A timeless voice through ages long, in every soul his spirit strong. Dominus, Dominus, our guiding star. From near and far. Dominus, Dominus, in regnis supernis. Dominus, Dominus, amor eternus. Mundus mutatus sed ipsem manet lux perpetua per campos eterna. In corde omni historia inflatur, signum clarum ubi umbra habitant. In sussurris mollibus gesta eius canuntura cuntis forum conda fortia sonant, vox eterna per saecula longa in omni anima spiritus fortis.